Goodsmile is a relatively new line by Goodsmile Company that appears to be their answer to Funko Pops, U2s, Q Poskets. These are lines that are all drawn together by a shared style. Usually these lines will make every character known to man, and they're very collectible because since the style is the same, no matter what character you buy, they'll always go together. For a while, Funkos were regularly compared to Nendoroids, with Funko Pops being the ugly, inferior version. Then on Twitter, someone sparked debate by saying that hating on Funkos was classist, which is one of my favorite "did you know that happened on Twitter" things ever. My counter is I don't think Funkos should be compared to Nendoroids at all. Funkos are static figures with no accessories. Nendoroids are action figures with joints and a bunch of accessories, and they're priced way higher. So I think that argument only works if you're trying to say they're going for the same market, but in my opinion, they're not at all. These days it feels like the broad Funko hate has calmed down and it's less cringy to like them, which is difficult for me because I still don't like them. To me, they're like a how to draw manga book. They're clearly meant to be chibi and cute, but there's this fundamental misunderstanding of what a chibi is. Like they have square heads, they have fully scaled bodies, like they didn't deform or simplify or cutify the body at all. And then there's that nose, that sphinx looking nose. But I understand everyone has their thing, and I have my thing as well. So before I break down what this figure is more, let's do a quick unboxing. What's up, gamers? Welcome to the unboxing segment. So here we have the box. They have all the information for size on the website when you buy it. I didn't look at that at all because this is my first one and I really don't care. So I have no idea exactly how big he'll be. I'm thinking that at the most he'll be like the size of a Nendoroid doll, but probably be smaller. I don't really care. I think it would be cute if he was smaller, but this is just I'm just establishing my expectations, and that's pretty much the only one I have. Otherwise, looking at the box, it has no windows on it, and the only indicator of which character is inside, I guess other than the text on the back, is this little sticker here that has like pictures of the full figure and then pictures of the face with his name, which is pretty cute. But when it comes to figures like this that don't have a window on them, I wonder about bootlegs. At the moment, bootlegs, I don't think there are any bootlegs of these figures, and I purchased it from a reputable place, so I'm not worried that I've gotten a bootleg. But like, as the figures become more popular and you like go to cons and stuff, are bootlegs really a problem at cons anymore? They were like 10 years ago. Anyway, yeah, I do wonder about that, but that's not an issue today here. Just a thought. So, yeah, there's really not much to say about that. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. So, inside it has instruction information, and the figure itself is in this like ramen flavor packet. I thought it would be in the clear plastic like it normally is, but ramen flavor packet it is. I think the branding like contributes to it looking like that. And then I think you just open it. Yeah, you open it as you would a flavor packet. Gotta get a whiff. Right, so we've got the stand, this little disc with 2 pegs on it, and here he is! Oh, he's actually... So here he is next to the Nendoroid doll. He is definitely shorter than him, but I think the head is exactly the same size. So yeah, the figure feels really sturdy. Mine is pretty well painted, except for this part on the side where looks like the paint smudge. Someone put their finger there. I don't know. But otherwise, I'm happy with him for like the price and for the size. His head, I tried to pull his head off like immediately. It doesn't come off, but it does tilt side to side, which I think is really cute. I was unsure about getting this line, but when I saw this one and he was like this, I was like, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get to what this video is actually about. The style of Goodsmile Hello figures is simple. Chibi characters with hands to the side, legs straight, and the same face. Their face consists of two-toned, kind of sketchy looking eyes and a smile. The first ones all had the same open mouth smile, and recently a couple have come out with a closed mouth smile, which I actually think is cuter, but it appears that they're alternating between the two depending on the character. I try not to buy into new figure lines, but seeing this Shinji figure with his original plug suit is what broke me. I've been wanting a Shinji figure for a long time. He doesn't have, the girls and Kaoru get scales all the time. Shinji doesn't really get scales, and the few that he has are not in his original outfit. This prize figure is the best I could get for his original outfit. And he has a couple nicer prize figures in his plug suit, but it's the plug suit from the movies, which in my opinion does nothing for him. For his original, I love how like bulky his shoulders are. I think it does something for him, and the slimness of the movie plug suit, to me, he's like he doesn't have any presence. It looks really good on Kaoru, but I think for Shinji, it's not doing anything for him, and I really wanted a figure with that plug suit, so I pre-ordered it. But in between the time that I pre-ordered it and when it came, I did a collection purge, massively decreased my collection, and then I regretted pre-ordering it because it now no longer fit in with my collection. So when the figure arrived, I originally listed it up for sale, and it did not sell right away. I don't think Hello Good Smiles are selling for that much on the market, and I was slowly lowering the price to the point that it was really no longer worth it for me to sell it. So luckily I got a customization idea, and I decided to keep the figure. So I felt a little mean bashing on Funko Pops, full well knowing that I like a style of eyes on characters that can be considered creepy. A lot of characters I like, including Shinji himself, have very simple eyes, usually a solid color, a dark color, with a little shine in the middle. And I find that incredibly endearing. I really loved the old gift plushes because they had such empty looking eyes, whereas a friend of mine prefers the newer ones because the eyes don't look so empty. So it's definitely up to preference. But with the Hello Good Smile figure, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I thought maybe if I repaint the eyes in the style that I really like, then I'll love it more. To start the project, I begin by prepping his face with a spritz of Mr. Super Clear. For this project, I actually wanted to extend my supply getting skills and go out and buy primer, like a brush-on primer for his eyes, and I could not find any.
I only went to my local hobby store, which doesn't have too much, but I couldn't find any, and I took that as a sign and used Mr. Super Clear. My paint is the usual watered down acrylics, and I used a model brush to start by blacking out his eyes, which sounds very scary, but that's what I needed to do.
So I have finished blacking out the eyes. This was pretty simple to do. I'm looking forward, as I do more customizations, to my brushwork becoming smoother and more confident, because I was having some instances where I would have the eye pretty filled in, and then I would like nick a little bit outside with my brush, and then I'd say, oh, let me fill that in, and the eye just like keeps getting bigger. I guess maybe a more efficient thing to do would be to wipe that away, but just in general, the problem here is that my brushwork is not yet smooth enough, but eventually that will improve, so that's good. But yes, he has blacked out eyes now. I think it's cute and also scary at the same time. So now it's time for the final movement to add in the whites of his eyes, and we'll see whether or not we've made a mistake.
So after adding these little white dots is when I had to reevaluate my project, because, as the young ones might say, it was giving Pikachu. So yeah, the eyes ended up exactly like what I intended, but the final result was not what I wanted. So I actually stopped filming at this point. I have difficulty working on camera, so usually I just film my hands. And sometimes at times like this, I get stuck entirely, and I just need to, shut off and like be alone with my thoughts and try to figure out what it was I wanted to do with the project to save it. And that's my justification for there not being any hand footage of me finishing up the project. But don't worry, I'll tell you everything I did before we have the final reveal. Since the eyes I had in mind didn't come out as cute as I intended, I decided to find other pictures of chibis, especially Chibi Shinji, that I thought were cute. And that's how I stumbled on this poster. Right away I noticed the eyes are more detailed, but more so than that, they have a lash that extends outside of the colored part of the eye. With that, I used an app that I like to doodle with on my phone to make a quick mock-up. I do this a lot for like a lot of things that I paint, and that gave me an idea of what it would look like. Adding the lines like I liked in the poster had the risk of making the eyes appear too far apart, but what I liked is that it made them feel less like little beady dots in the middle of his face and more like proper eyes. I didn't want to color in the white area around the lash, because I felt like that would cause more trouble for me. So I just left it skin color, because just having that line there leaves the implication of an eyelash. I also added blush to him using
chalk pastels. This is a technique that I'm picking up from doing doll face-ups. The video on that might be out after or before this, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's where I got the technique from. I'm kind of obsessed with putting blush on everything now. I might make that my personality. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with the finished product. I was worried that I was going to have to scrap this and pretend it never happened, and then I'd have a ruined figure. But I don't. I have a figure that I like a lot more now. I think his face kind of makes him look like a baby. And not like a real baby, but a fictional baby that exists on my terms. I think this was a great foray for me into customizing. I'm tempted to buy more Goodsmile Hellos. I think what was keeping me from them was that I didn't 100% love them, but this version that I have created, I 100% love. My eyes are kind of on Len Kagamine, kind of on Madoka Kaname. If they make full metal ones, I'm definitely buying them. Like, I'll probably buy anyone. Well, not really. I'm definitely buying them. Near, their eyes are covered up. You get the point. I'm very happy with what I have done today, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you.
I also want to add here at the end, I'm trying to do more with my skills, so if you would like a Goodsmile Hello to be painted in this style, send me an email and we'll see if we can work something out.